said.
Yeah, these valves are really finicky.
So we tried relighting the pilot and we couldn't see a spark.
Okay. So you were never able to get it relit. So why was that? When was I out? A week ago or
I
2
wasn't
weeks
here
ago?
when
or
you
something?
did it. My husband was.
Okay.
Let me ask. As far as I know, my husband was able to. I guess he said relight it, and we had hot water for a couple of days, and then we wouldn't have hot water. And then he said, "Oh, it looks like I had it turned down too low, and because when it's up wherever you had it, the water is scalding hot."
Okay.
So I guess he turned it down. He felt like he turned it down too low because it went cold again. But I don't know if that had anything to do with that.
So it would run. It would go out. He would light it. It would run.
I don't know if he was physically lighting it.
He was.
Okay. Yeah, he has to.
He was lighting it. It would run for a day and then it would shut back off. He'd come back out, and he and I worked at it one time, and it just wouldn't ignite.
Okay.
So we went away, and he came back, and he was able to get it lit.
Okay.
So it runs for either a couple hours or it runs for a couple days. And then this last time we weren't able to get it started
And
at
you
all.
never saw. So this valve, just so you know, because I'm going to be leaving you with this valve today.
Okay.
Not this particular valve, but how this valve operates. What it does is when there's a problem, so the light will flash once every 3 seconds. That's normal operation.
Okay.
So it'll kind of flash like my hand's doing, right? Like once every 3 seconds. If there's a problem, it'll change like this. It'll flash a little bit faster, and then you want to count those flashes. There's supposed to be a little chart right here. I think it's like up in here somewhere. And then it's like a troubleshooting chart, and then that kind of gives you a basic direction. So, and it'll reset. So because you're going to come in the middle of its cycle, right? It'll flash a little bit faster, and sometimes if you watch it, people tell me this all the time. It almost does a double flash. Like this particular brand does a double flash. That's still normal. But when it's flashing like this, like pretty consistently, then it'll stop and reset over 3 seconds and repeat. It'll repeat that cycle. And that's kind of the information that I need.
Okay.
But I'll see if I can get it lit and see if I can get it, because I tested thoroughly everything when I was here last time, and I don't think it's related to your burner assembly. I don't think it has low voltage or anything like that. But when you are lighting these things, you see how I'm just kind of sitting on it right now? I'm not like quickly. Some people will come in right away and go crazy.
No, she was letting it sit for quite a while.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I usually use a little clamp, and I'll clamp it and go to my truck, and then I come back and push it. And
we didn't even see it sparking. When David and I were working at it, he said, "Oh, I can see it sparking," and then I'd push it again. He goes, "Nope, it's not sparking."
Okay, well, it's lit. The pilot light's lit, and it's blinking. So that's normal. You see those blinks? Once every 3 seconds. It almost looks like a quick double. That's once every 3 seconds, right?
So now, why is it
still says everything's
not working? Why does it stop?
Oh, well,
working?
we haven't. Yeah, I haven't been able to get to that yet.
Oh, okay.
But so when I diagnose a water heater, first thing I try and do is just light it, right? Just try and get it lit, and then I kind of slowly turn it up. You heard it kind of kick in. B's a little too hot for you, right?
Is that where you?
I put it so you have like a, think of it as a clock. You have between 9 and 12 as your choices. I set it right in the middle.
Okay.
But if that's too hot,
it was a little hot.
I put it on A, or you can dial it down to hot. Some people think that's too cold. So obviously very hot is like, that's going to be too hot for you. So that's why I kind of want to see what's going on with it, because you guys, some of the reports I got were the water was only lukewarm, right? I think you told me.
Well, it would do that for a little bit, and then it would be cold. And then
so
yesterday, her and I, or the day before yesterday, her and I came out and tried lighting it, and I didn't see a pilot light or sparks or anything.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I think the sparking and all that's pretty, because I got it lit like that, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
why
They
couldn't
just light
we?
for me.
Hard thing.
Yes.
They all light
You're
for
the
me.
only one.
People call me all the time and they're like, I spent an hour with it and I'll get it lit right away. But I light them
Was
every
this
day.
what you replaced?
That's what I replaced.
Was
So
that the thing in there?
yeah, this is the
Oh.
actual valve. So this takes the gas, right? And then this is sort of releases it to the pilot light. That's where the pilot light gets its gas from. Sometimes those tiny little tubes get clogged with sediment. Sometimes sediment will get in there. That'll prevent you from getting a pilot light. I don't think that's your issue. And then when it gets the signal from, there's like a circuit board or like a little motherboard in there, it gets there's a temperature sensor, it sends that information to the circuit board. It will send a little bit of signal to this valve and open and close these valves. So these things are pretty simple. They just open and close. Right? Like a light switch that turns on and off.
So the one that's in there now you replaced.
Yeah, but it's not new, so I don't. That's important.
Yeah.
Well, and of course
It's new to the water heater, but it's
90%
not
of
new
my
to
service
calls that I've been doing all week.
Or is this thing?
Are these valves? Yeah, these valves are great for me because I make money, but they're super efficient. Why they use them is you can switch them out without draining the water heater down and unscrewing it and doing that whole rigmarole to try and put the new valves in. But they're real temperamental, so they're all about safety. And then I'll wait because I want to see if it's going to shut down. But I could have put a valve in there that might just, because they're real temperamental, so it's real hard to know. I also changed the circuit board because I just grabbed a different one and thrown that on there. So sometimes you can get an issue with the circuit board. You get a little bug in the circuit board, and then sometimes it's the valve, and then sometimes it's the burner assembly. There's really only three kind of main parts to this whole system. Otherwise, it's just a steel tank that holds water. There's nothing magical inside going on. I was just a little concerned when you said the water was only lukewarm because there's other things that can cause that the water just never to get hot. But it looks like it's running pretty good, but I know it's shutting down.
it is.
So it's going to do whatever it's doing,
It'll
it's
be
going to
hot
do it
maybe
again.
tonight.
Okay, we are back doing a service call on this water heater. I replaced the valve probably about 2 weeks ago, and we couldn't get the pilot light to hold. Replaced the valve, took care of everything, tested the thermopile. It was like 650 millivolts, and now it's only running for maybe a couple hours or a couple of days, and then it shuts off. So I tested the thermopile voltage under load, and I got about 290, which I'm not sure where it's supposed to be. This is kind of a new thing that I'm starting to do, and I have pretty good access right here. What's that all about? So yeah, it's about 271 millivolts. That's under load, so that's with it running. And the circuit board, using electricity. So it's pretty stable, 271 millivolts. Not sure what it should be. I'm going to start trying to test for that. But I'm suspecting that it's the valve still, so I'm going to put a different valve on that I know is good. So let's take it off a load and see what it is. If it's still low, then we know we got a problem. Still low, even lower. That's interesting. Let's see if we still have a pilot light going. Yeah, we still got a pilot light. You guys can see it. I can't see it. But we still got a pilot light. Let's test the voltage. Not connected. See what we got. So this is a video that I did probably like 4 videos ago. Oh, I don't know how many videos ago that's going to be for you. I will put a link to this video right here. So we lost pilot light because I disconnected the connectors, but it's counting up right now. So we'll see what we end up with here. Last time it was about 650. Yeah, so it's looking low. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is disconnected from the circuit board. We're at around 319, 320. So it seems to be the thermal pump. Alright, so the pilot tube seemed to be kind of clogged. I've been getting a lot of those lately. We've got a bigger pilot flame. Yeah, we're already at 500. So I think it was a partially blocked pilot tube, which was causing low thermopile voltage, which was causing it to shut down. Yeah, see this thing just ripping through now? That's how fast it should count up, if you guys can see it. So that's a good healthy thermopile right there. Yeah, we're at 683. $6.95. test it under load and see what it is. Yeah, it's 508. It should increase even more with the heat from the burner assembly. I noticed in my last video that I didn't tighten this one back down. So you can use the jacket of the water heater as a ground, and you can also test it right here at the switch and up top here. Yeah, 590. Alright. So quick video. Partially blocked pilot tube, so some kind of sediment. They do not have a sediment trap, which really should be over here, catching any sediment. And somehow it got inside. And reduce the size of the flame that's on the thermopile. Hopefully you guys can see. Anyway, thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, and have a great night.